Hello, and welcome to another episode of Super Smash Survivor. To start off, let's look at the results from last week's poll. The votes totaled at 657, with 87% in favor of Shantae joining Smash. She survives by quite a landslide. Looks like she was able to dance through the danger after all. Now, it's time for the next character. This time we'll be looking at Bandana Dee, or Bandana Waddle Dee as some call him. So, will this slightly more fashionable Waddle Dee be able to survive the tests? Let's get started and find out. Bandana Dee made his first appearance in 1996 as part of the Megaton Punch minigame in Kirby Superstar. However, he didn't show up again until 2008 in Kirby Superstar Ultra on the Nintendo DS. His first major role was in 2011's Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which included him as a playable character, and even landed a spot on the cover for the game. Since then, he's appeared in every mainline Kirby game, most recently featured as a playable character in Kirby Star Allies, which released earlier this year. He's appeared in 10 Kirby games total, with 6 of those being released in the past 5 years. It's hard to argue he shouldn't be considered a major Kirby character with a history like that. One weapon type that Smash Bros. Surprisingly lacks is a spear wielder, and while I'd be more than happy with a Fire Emblem rep filling that void, I also think Bandana Dee would be a solid choice. Plus, Fire Emblem has plenty of reps, totaling at 7 now, while Kirby only has 3. I'm not saying that necessarily matters, but I certainly wouldn't be bothered by more Kirby representation. Bandana Dee essentially already has part of his moveset made just from the attacks he has from the games where he's playable. I took to Star Allies to get an idea for how he might play in Smash, and I feel like he'd be a quick character with a longer attack range than most. There are limits to what he can do though, so it would be interesting to see how Sakurai and the team would fill in all the holes. If he does get in, they really need to make his helicopter spear move his recovery. It's too perfect, seriously. I always liked the aesthetic of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and Bandana Dee was the only character available for co-op play in that game. So getting a costume based on his clay-like appearance from that game would be pretty sick. As far as a stage goes, well, I don't imagine they'd have to add a new Kirby series stage, but if they did, I would love for it to be based on Rainbow Curse. Again, I just love the way that game looks. Overall though, it's hard for me to get really excited about the potential of Bandana Dee, but I am at least intrigued. While I don't think a character has to be relevant to get in, King K. Rool being a great example of that, I do think it increases the likelihood of that character being added. I'm pretty sure that's the main reason a character like Corrin got in. Don't get me wrong though, I actually really like Corrin. But at the same time, Corrin was the most relevant Fire Emblem character due to Fire Emblem Fates being so recent. I also think Isabelle is a great example as well. If you're going to add another Animal Crossing rep, obviously it would be Isabelle, as she's the current face of that series. So, in the case of Bandana Dee, I think he's a very relevant Kirby rep. As I pointed out previously, 6 of the games he's appeared in released in the past 5 years, and in 2 of those games, Rainbow Curse and Star Allies, he was a playable character. He isn't simply a small side character. His first major appearance, in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, wasn't just a one-and-done thing. He has frequently appeared in Kirby games since, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. I see people request Bandana Dee for Smash Bros. All the time. I'm actually surprised at how much support the little guy gets. And sometimes that's the only relevance you need. Again, just look at King K. Rool. So, it's time for the big question. Does Bandana Dee survive? Personally, I'd say yes. I would like to see him join, and if there was any new Kirby rep to get into Smash, I think this is one of, if not the best choice. It would bring a new weapon type as well, which is always exciting. But hey, it's not up to me, it's up to you. Does he survive? Would you like to see Bandana Dee join Super Smash Bros? It's time to vote. I'll post a link to the poll in the description of this video. The poll will end in 2 days, and I'll show the results in next week's video. Be sure to make your arguments for the character below, and hey, keep it civil, we're all friends here. But that about does it for me. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you later.